Hi guys, so it has been a hot minute since I have been on here. It's been about a year and a half, and boy has life changed. I've had some questions and like, what happened? Where did you go? And I did post a video that talked about that. And I so I went through a divorce about, gosh, the process started 3-4 years ago. And so I ended up taking all of my craft stuff and gave it to a friend of mine just to donate and disperse, and she did. And I have been very busy getting life together, and I have taken on a different venue and creativity. So first of all, I'm teaching English middle school, and I'm entering into my last course for my Master's of Education in English. I will have that by the 12th of May. I bought a house. So I moved from a big house into a small, crappy apartment. Then I finally was able to qualify for a home, and so I bought a house. And it's a little teeny tiny house. It's real sweet. And went back to school, went back to work full time outside the home. And here I am. So one of the things that happened was I decided to go and get my MED because when I went back into the classroom, because I am a teacher by trade, it had been over 2 decades because I had been a stay-at-home mom for 2 decades, and I had been married for 23 years. So getting back into life into the career realm was challenging. And the last time I was teaching, the biggest piece of technology we had was the transparency machine. So I walk in and, there's this big, huge monitor in the front of my room, and curriculum is online, and we have now online grade books, and I'm like, I am out of my realm. So I knew that I needed to up my game. And I tried to do the district bridge program, it's like a 3-year program for teachers, new teachers coming in, and they teach you the ropes and they let you know how to do all this stuff. Well, problem was I was literally the oldest person in there, and a lot of the conversation was something that I would have with my kids, and I just wasn't getting much out of it. So I decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and just go and earn my MED in English, do it online at night, and boy, was that an undertaking. It's an undertaking. And also, I needed a raise. Teachers don't make much, and I'm like, I need to make more money at this. So that's what I did. And one of the classes that I had to take was about different types of writing and writing that we can have our students do for different purposes. And one of the things that's new in the industry, in writing, in English, in language, is because of our social media use and things like Twitter, and how you have a limited character amount when you're writing, and it's called flash fiction. And I like it because it's 1,000-word short story or less, and it teaches the student how to get rid of the fluff and just get to the point. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to learn how to write. And when I first did it, I was really scared of it because I had to do an assignment for it. Obviously, if I'm going to teach my kids how to do it, I need to learn how to do it, right? So I did this flash fiction story, and I was really didn't know what I was going to write about. I was kind of worried about it. I had postponed it for a little bit because I'm like, I don't know what to write about. This is hard. And it went against everything I knew about writing. And I was like, what am I going to do? Well, that day in the classroom, we had a lockdown. And lockdowns I don't like. They freak me out. They stress me out. There's a lot to do. And I just don't like them. And so I was just so wrapped up in that by the end of the day that I decided that I was going to write about it. So I wrote this flash fiction piece and I submitted it. My professor got back to me and she's like, this is really good. You need to publish it. I'm thinking, publish this? I don't have any other, how am I supposed to publish 1,000-character story? If I publish it online, it can get stolen. I don't want to do it in a pamphlet. That's kind of dumb because, that's a waste of my time. And so I was just thinking, and this happened on April 30th is when it was submitted. So I was thinking, and I go back into the classroom this year, And all of a sudden I have to use, I'm using a lot of picture books. I've always loved picture books. They're one of my very favorite thing. And I'm using the picture books because a lot of my students, the reading levels are all over the place. And so they're really great to use because students who aren't up to par on their reading level, they can use the pictures and as context clues, and they can understand a little bit better. And students who are advanced also can draw meaning from picture books. And so I kind of was known as the teacher that read picture books to the students. Then it dawned on me, why don't I put this into a picture book? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to find an illustrator. I got to do this, got to do that, because I was real scared. So that's what I did. I put the book, I had to actually take the 1,000 words and create more from it, extend it out more. And I made that decision in August and found a publisher, an editor, an illustrator, and I'm in the final phases of it all. And so I have a picture book that's coming out, and it's called Lockdown, and it's about a little guy. His name's Oliver. Oliver is in middle school. He's anxious. He has some trauma in his life. And so I tell his story. My hope is that I will be able to turn this into a series and tell the story from different perspectives. But first I got to get this book launched. So that's kind of what's been going on in my life. I have just been so busy with everything, and my dog's right next to me, sorry. I cannot believe how much life has changed. And in addition to earning the MED and teaching full-time and writing this book, my mom also fell and cracked her femur, and she's in another state. And so I have been caring for her. And it's been a lot. It's been really tough. My kids, thank God, are adults. So they're kind of on their, they're out and about and doing their thing and whatnot. And so it's just been trying to figure out who I am, what I want to do with my life, and making that life happen now. Doing that, making life happen. And it's been a lot of work, but it's been good. I'm creating the life that I want. Things that I used to enjoy, that I still enjoy, but not much as I used to. Traveling. I used to always have to travel, and I think it was, because it was my way of escape. I don't have to escape anymore, so I don't feel like I need to travel as much. I'm very comfortable at home. Ironically, I'm not missing the crafting industry much. There are aspects of it that I miss, like if I were to go back and start crafting again, it would not be cards, it would not be scrapbooks, it would be like art journaling. I miss things like my gel press plate and paint. No, crypto. And things like that. So I probably would go back. If I were to go back, it probably would be something to that, but it wouldn't be a YouTube. I don't ever want to get into the craft industry again as an influencer, just because I spend a lot of time doing that and they don't pay well. And it's because a lot of the people, the businesses in the craft industry are having a hard time making it. And so they really can't pay. And so they depend on hobbyists like myself to do YouTube videos and to really push their product. And you get on and these teams, and it's hours and hours of work, and there's no pay in it. And as a single woman now, when I have to work, when I was trying to do it all, and I wasn't working on my MED because I couldn't craft, keep up on my craft assignments with the companies and work on my MED and teach. I was literally going to work, coming home and crafting and doing it on the weekends, and I was not having any kind of life. Like, I had a great, the craft community is fantastic. It's full of wonderful people, but I didn't have really any local community, and I don't have any extended family here. My kids are grown. And so it was hard. I'm like, I need to get out. I need to make friends. I need to get out of my cage that I've been in for 20 years. And my creativity was stifled. I was just doing it so much that I wasn't enjoying it anymore. And so that's the reason why I decided to do what I did. There are certain things that I wish I would have kept, like my glue, my paper trimmer, stuff like that. Hindsight 2020, I wish I could have kept my open acrylic paint, my Dina Wakley paint, a couple gel press plates, things like that. But honestly, by the time I would have gotten around to using it again, it probably would have been dried up, the paint and stuff. So it went to a good cause. I'm super happy about that. And I'm really glad that now I have a home that doesn't have a cluttered space like my craft room was. Now my cluttered space is a 4x3 area of my desk in which I type my stories on, and a just an idea board, you know. So that's where it's been. That's where I've been. My YouTube channel has been demonetized because obviously I haven't been posting much. I'm not sitting here posting this in hopes to get it monetized again, but I have had people reach out and wonder what happened and where I went. And so I just wanted to share that, let you guys know what's going on. And if you are interested in, you know, life, that's kind of what it is. Feel free to ask down below. I would love to start to share some of the picture books that I enjoy reading in my class with you guys. Picture books are just like fabulous. They're wonderful. It's kind of like my new passion and obsession now. And they're so fun. And I would love to come on and just read a picture book, as lame as that sounds. There's some really fun ones for adults too. And so that would be something that I'd be like, I'm thinking about doing, is just coming on live and just reading a picture book once a week or whatever. My Instagram feed, that was kind of weird. That went from completely all craft orientated. I had about 7,500 people, and then I transitioned it into do it your home stuff a little bit, and you know, as I was doing the move, and then I kind of let it go stale for a little while, trying to figure out what I was going to do. And now I'm just sharing my writing journey, my book, and teaching tips for teachers. I think that that's the best use for it. I do post over Instagram more regularly than anywhere else. But, you know, I was told that I probably should get a website again for the book. And I'm like, oh, I'm not a big website person. Like, I don't enjoy that. So, but I've said, as people have told me, as an author, you should really have one. So I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I should get a website? Like, I don't know what to do anymore with that. I just know that I had a story that was literally busting out of my body, and I wrote it, and now it's going to be a picture book. And I've always wanted to write books. I've actually had 3 different books in mind. None of them was ever a picture book. Picture books have always been my passion to read. I enjoy them. But to be but to be a author of one, never. It's Crypto, my dog. Never crossed my mind. Crypto, no. So anyway, I think he's saying that I need to be done. But yeah, so life takes unexpected turns. And I think it's important to not have a plan for life, but just be intentional. Be intentional. Have intentions, and have just like come up with your code of conduct and your mission in life, and be flexible in your plan. And it's amazing what can happen and where you can go. I finally feel like I'm almost able to have a new normal. I feel like I'm still in transition mode, and I will continue to feel like I'm in transition mode until I graduate with my MED in May. I have one more class to take. It's for 5 weeks. And once that is done, I will finally feel like I have arrived on the other side. And that's really important to me, because it's been 3 years and I am tired. I am so tired. I've been working so hard. I've enjoyed the journey, don't get me wrong. I really have, but I'm ready for just a little bit of a mountaintop experience for a while. Life's not all about mountaintops. I don't expect to hang out there. I know I'm going to have some more valleys, but this has probably been one of the longest, hardest valleys I've been through, in the sense that there's been so much change and I've done so much. It's been a lot. And I've worked really hard, and I just kind of want to reap the benefits of that for a little bit. So I just want to give you guys an update because it's been over a year. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And I hope that you're continuing to craft and create, and you're finding joy somewhere and beauty somewhere. Until next time, I'm not Bets Golden. I'm Betsy Morris.